Public speaking has to be one of the greatest fears that we have. And so I thought it would be really interesting to try and figure out what's going on when we're learning a new skill, we're taking on new information, new ways of being. They often lead us to this place of frustration and overwhelm. But why does this happen, and what can we do about it? We've all been there, trying to learn a new skill. And for me, I guess public speaking is one of them, but I've also experienced it as I was trying to adapt to a new way of being in the world following a life event. See, our brains work on repetition, meaning that we have to be exposed to information more than once for it to really stick. And whilst we are sleeping, our brains file away the new information and also prune away the information that's no longer relevant to us. It's a bit like filing and deleting files on your computer. That's why it's so important to reinforce any new learning, so that we help the brain to file it rather than to prune it, and to help us to move to a place where the knowledge is easily accessible and we instinctively just know. So we start off in this place of not knowing, unaware, oblivious of what it is that we don't yet know. And then we move to a stage where it becomes very clear and we know exactly what it is that we don't know. Next comes competency. You know what to do and how to do it, but you might need a little bit of revision or a few notes to help you. And finally, it's in your body. You can do it in your sleep. It feels like it's part of your DNA. The danger zone is the second one. When we know what it is that we don't know, then come those feelings of overwhelm and frustration, and we're triggered by our primal fear of, oh, I'm just not good enough to do this. When this happens, the brain starts to manufacture excuses as to why we should move on or leave that. It's not important. Or I don't have time right now. This isn't really me. But the frustration and the overwhelm are actually the gifts of new learning. So this is the point where our resilience needs to step in. It's at this point that the brain is making new neural connections, changes to its circuitry, new electrical currents are being created. And just like any kind of electrical wire, they need to be insulated. And the white substance that the brain creates to insulate these connections is called myelin, and it allows the information to pass much more quickly. So we can access the information in our brains more rapidly and more efficiently. And it's during the stage of overwhelm and frustration that we manufacture this myelin 10 times faster than at any other time. So take that gift of overwhelm and frustration, keep on learning, practicing, pushing through. You can do it. Wherever you are, if it's safe to do so right now, just close your eyes. Breathe slowly in and out through your nose. Allowing the edges of your eyes to soften. Let the jaw be slightly open. And then just drop your shoulders. Begin to notice the sensations at the bottom ribs, flaring out to the side on the in-breath and contracting in on the out-breath. And then bring all of your attention into your heart. And as you hear these words, repeat them quietly to yourself. I am enough. Notice your response. Now opening your eyes, I wish you calm, a greater connection to yourself, and then the courage to act.